this new video from the Beauty and the Beast series, and today I introduce the Beast. Beast is of course one of the two main characters of this fairy tale. I have finished my first Beast, I'm going to show you all that, and I'm working on a second Beast. I will also have two Belle, but I thought it would be quite nice to have a bit of video only about the Beast. So in the original story, Madame de Villeneuve's story, the Beast is this prince who has been transformed into a beast. I'm not going to tell all the details about that because she explained that deeply in details in the second part of the fairy tales, and you will have to read it if you want to know why and how. So of course it's the prince who is disguised under this beast skin creature, and she's going to discover that little by little, La Belle in the fairy tale. But in Madame de Villeneuve's story, she's sleeping and dreaming of the prince every night. So she's meeting him, but she doesn't know he is the beast actually. So the beast, of course, is this horrible creature. In Madame de Villeneuve's story, he has a trunk, he has some sort of strange skin, he's really monstrous in every possible way. I chose to stay maybe more classic in my representation of the beast, because if I had done a trunk or that, I think nobody would have really known which character it came from. So I chose to stay maybe for the beast closer to the version of Madame le Prince de Beaumont, who did adaptation that we know usually these days. That has been the structure for all the adaptations in the 20th and 21st century. So I chose to do all my characters separated and only with scenes exactly inspired by the fairy tale. So one scene I'm not doing is La Valse, for example. The valse, you know, when the two characters are dancing, because it's just not existing in the fairy tale. It doesn't come from the fairy tale. Most of the things that people know from the Beauty and the Beast, from the conversation I had with friends and all that, only come from Disney. They don't come from the fairy tale, which is a bit sad because Disney has its way to rewrite, redo, readapt all the fairy tales and add tons and tons of things, remove others, and at the end there is not a lot in common with the original story. Of course, it's a fairy tale, you can do what you want. I know Disney likes to do what they want, but the original story has been written in 1740. Madame de Villeneuve couldn't know that the valse would be written, created at the turn of the 19th century, so there was no way they could have danced a valse. And I know it's a fairy tale, you can do what you want in a fairy tale world where everything is possible, it's totally true. But I like to know that this fairy tale have been written in a certain context, historical context, and there are a lot of things which tell a lot about the period they were written in. I really love that. I love history and I love fairy tales, and I like when both meet. I would not do two characters dancing because it's just not in the fairy tale, and if they had danced it would have been totally different. It would have been a menuet, something very polite, very not like this 19th century Strauss dance. So I just wanted to have my first beast around his roses. So roses are very important in the story, but just the same, not like in the Disney film. There is not one rose which has all the petals falling little by little. No, it doesn't exist at all. It's another Disney creation. In the story there is some roses at the beginning, it's just where everything starts, but then that's all. Then we move on to something else. So there is this beautiful rose tree, and the father is going to pick up a rose for Belle, who just wanted to have a rose. That's it really. He's going to bring the rose and then she has to go to the castle, but that's all. There is not a rose which will stay till the end of the fairy tale. It just doesn't exist. Madame de Villeneuve didn't write that. La Bête doesn't talk a lot, the Beast doesn't talk a lot. He only says bonsoir La Belle, what have you done today, have you enjoyed my castle, all that. And that's it really, and it's only La Belle who talks a lot, and then the conversation stops every time. He wants to know if La Belle wants to sleep with him, and she says no every night, till she will say yes at the very end of the fairy tale. I also had some friends who asked me if I would do all the other characters of La Belle et la Bête, Beauty and the Beast, and I was a bit surprised by this question, because I thought, who else could I do? There is the Beauty, the Beast, the father, the sisters, brothers, that's all really. And the fairy, if you know that there is a fairy who created these enchantments, but all the things that you have seen in the Disney films, well, they come from Disney. They're absolutely not in the fairy tale. All the servants, all the people who work in the castle have been turned into statues. So the only other creatures who live with La Belle et la Bête are some monkeys, some disguised monkeys, all inspired by Madame d'Aulnoy monkeys in her fairy tale, because she has a lot of monkeys, and some parrots, some magical birds, and that's it. And you have some, we suppose, some magical hands who settle all the beautiful meals and all that. But we don't know, we never see anything like that. They're just, they're just hints that there are some magical hands who clean and do all the organization of the castle, but that's all. There is no one else in the castle. So there is no teapot, there is no cup, there is nothing like that. This is all Disney, these things. It doesn't come from the fairy tale. Here are my two beasts. The first one with the roses, which is all finished, and the second one, which is going to be a little taller, still in progress. As you can see, I didn't do the feet yet. He has not his costume, it's not the final colors, it's just the underwear. Yes, he's a bit taller than the other one, but he won't have some roses. So here I'm going to have some sort of plates with a lot of delicious food that he's offering to Belle, because they mainly meet during the meals at the end of the day, when Belle tells him all the things she has discovered in his castle. So the mealtime is quite important, so I thought it would be quite nice to have a moment where he brings something to eat, though he doesn't eat with her. So that's what he's going to have, and I'm probably going to have different colors, not exactly the same costume than for the first beast. So I will continue to work on my second beast, on my two other Belle, and I will show you, of course, all the progress on the other characters in the next videos. They will arrive at the very end of July in my Etsy shop, all these characters. And I still plan to do a castle and other things. Not the characters, for the characters I think I will be good, but I still plan to do a few other pieces inspired by the fairy tale, so we will see. For the moment I will finish that. It took me already quite a very long time to do all the roses and all the details of the beast and of the second beast. There's just a lot of work, even if it's maybe not visible, but there's just a lot. So I will see. I plan to do two couples and possibly one or two more pieces, so we'll see how it goes. Maybe you have started to read the original story, maybe since the last time. Let me know. I have other videos coming from this series to share more if you are really a big Beauty and the Beast fan. So I will continue to work on my characters. I thank you very much for your kindness, your sweet messages and your sweet comments. And if you don't want to miss the next videos, you can subscribe and you can give a thumbs up. And I hope you're enjoying your summer so far, and I hope to see you very soon.